welcome back to another video. We're going to be focused on, the foundation of jiu-jitsu today. We're going to be looking at shrimps, particularly shrimps retaining or regaining the guard from bottom side control. Shrimps are pretty crucial to the jiu-jitsu game, to be honest.
Absolutely.
From being bottom mount, bottom half guard, bottom side. I mean, just about every place you can imagine, shrimps are crucial. So first thing I'm going to go over is just the basic shrimp. I'm not going to focus too much time on that, and then I'll show an application to the side mount that you can use it on. So, and feel free to jump in and add anything.
Of course.
So, shrimp is essentially used to create space. Anytime you're wrestling or grappling someone, when you're on bottom, sometimes the problem is to create space, and you want to create space if they're smothering you and things like that, particularly when you're in like non-dominant position. So, first thing you want to do is, and I'm going to pretend that you guys are from the angle that my opponent would be. Okay? If I'm trying to create space from this side, first thing I want to do is I want to lay this leg flat on the ground. Okay? Because if I try and create space, this knee's going to keep getting caught in between us, and I won't be able to. So, we're putting this leg flat on the ground, and this opposite foot is as close to your butt as you can be to create kind of the maximum amount of pressure that I'll show you in just a moment, all right? Next thing you're looking for is your frames. This will be more applicable in just a moment. You'll see exactly where this applies, okay? So, first thing you want to do is you want to throw your hips up into him to create the initial surge of space and energy, and then we're going to turn onto our side like this. Throw your hips up to create the space. Notice I'm coming up on this shoulder and turning to my side, and I'm using this back foot to push my hips out. Now, the goal of this is not to move my opponent away from me, it's to move me away from my opponent to create space right here. From here, you can slide your hips back in and retain or regain the guard. So, full shrimp. Right there. Okay? So, now,
There's a version of this movement in almost every major escape. So if you can, work this. I'm a big fan of line drills. And a lot of my escapes were built when my wife and I lived in a double wide, and we had one long hallway, and I would just shrimp up and down the hallway.
Yeah, and what he's referring to is literally using this as a drill to go back and forth. Let's go this side.
Yeah.
Bring that leg in. Bring that leg in. And you can literally do line drills down and back. So really, most gyms warm up with that. It's a really quick way to learn it.
Yep.
So let me show you more of an application right here, okay? So Luke's got me in a really nice side mount. If I sit here and I don't have any of my frames, it's gonna be nearly impossible to create space. So first thing you're looking for is this near side forearm right here in his throat, or his chin, or whatever he gives you right here. This opposite forearm right in his hip. I also am long enough to where I use my hand. Be careful here. But you want to create the frame on this side. Same thing we just spoke about. This leg flat, this leg up on your butt, and you're pushing into him to create the space. And we're going to pause right after doing this. Boom, create the space and shrimp out, okay? Now, notice Luke didn't move all that much. I'm the one who moved, all right? And if you want to come over here, here's the big detail that I'm focusing on today, okay? So typically, how the shrimp is executed is at lower levels, you just bring this near side shin in like this, and you call that a guard, okay? That's typically where it's worked for probably the first 6 months to a year of jiu-jitsu, all right? I'm gonna focus on a little detail here in a moment, and here's why. Luke's gonna show me exactly what happens when I do that. The problem with just sticking your shin in is the guy can always chase the corner. And you guys end up in this big scramble to regain the guard off of the corner, just like this. And you will go in circles and circles because you have nothing stopping him from just walking around, okay? So, here's the detail we're gonna focus on here. You're gonna shrimp right up into him, and instead of just bringing this shin, I actually like to bring this opposite hook and place it kind of like a butterfly hook.
So you can see he's in my thigh.
Right here. Now, if we were to actually do this, I use this hook, push up into him, and I use that to swivel myself right back into the butterfly guard. If Luke wants to chase the corner, I shrimp up into him, he chases the corner, he can't. My hook's planted right there, I just follow him around. And then you have your guard retention, you can open him up and start working your butterfly guard. Another thing to mention, and I know you talk about a lot, is the shrimp is taught as a very technical, perfect, you do this, and it works. You might have to shrimp to create the space. But as soon as you get that hook in, you're set, and you can swivel back in. So
If nothing else, try and turn your butt away from it, because if you can get on your side, you have options. You really do not have many options dead on your back. It's hard. It's very hard to get effective setup.
yeah. So that's episode 1, regaining the guard. We're going to be focused on a different option if you can't get your perfect frames in this next episode. So stay tuned, and see you guys next time.